Hey guys, I am here with a review of Lego Monster Fighters set 10228. This is the haunted house from Monster Fighters. It's a very large box and hard to get in here, but this is from the wonderful Monster Fighters theme. These are the dwellers of the haunted house. Back of the box shows some of the features of it. Ironically, the name is only on the back of the box, Haunted House. It does come with some glow-in-the-dark ghosts, and the other features we will also get to. But before we take a look at the set, let's take a look at the instructions and the stickers and extra pieces. So there are 3 books. It's actually not so thick overall. 84 pages on the first book, and that seems to be the thickest of them. So the first book, as you might imagine, covers the first floor basically. The second book covers the second floor. Also has some advertisements for the rest of the Monster Fighter sets. Almost a semi-poster. As you can see, the second book covers mostly the second floor, and the third book covers the third floor, the top tower part, and the gate. So for extra pieces, we don't have a whole lot here, especially given the size of the set. I seem to have an extra bat. He might just be misplaced. The bottle as well. But we do have a green feather. I do want to say though that this is during the brittle brown era. So there were a lot of pieces that just snapped. You can see these brown tiles. I was really running out of them because I had 3 break. So I think there's 2 that were not 2 spots where I couldn't use the brown tiles because they simply snapped on me. There's some other brown pieces that really cracked when I assembled them, so I'm afraid I might not be able to disassemble this. It's also a green feather and an orange piece puller. We also have quite a few stickers. Here, I don't really think the stickers are necessary. Most of them go on windows. Yes, some of them are necessary because we do have 2 portrait painting stickers. But I think the window stickers are not really necessary. So, or I guess I should say, I feel that they're quite optional. So you can see this is a really large, beautiful house. It really is an excellent Victorian style house. I kind of wish that it wasn't derelict, but the monsters are at least putting it to good use. But it really is a beautiful home. Or at least it could be. It does come with 2 dead bushes that, from my recollection, do move around a bit. Or perhaps one of them is free and the other one sits there. But in the 70s and 80s, there were several times in the instructions where things would appear in one spot and then later in the instructions would appear somewhere else. I felt like the bushes were similar. So we do have several figures. This is I guess the master of the household. The vampire here, his head glows in the dark, and he does have dual-sided printing. So this shows the fangs with the mouth closed, and this shows the fangs with the mouth open. We have this wonderful hair piece as well, introduced from the Clone Wars. So he does not seem to be unique. There is some back printing, but very simple, which is fine because you're probably going to keep this wonderful cape on. So we'll get to the other figures as we go through the set, but let's just look at this from some other angles. So we have the first floor here with the doors, and you can see the curtains are deteriorating. And on the second floor, you can see here the spider web in the window, and this one has the spider web plus a spider. And on the third floor, we have more boarded up windows, and also some windows and some stickers, but again, this is why I thought the stickers are not quite needed. They're very hard to see, and I think you get the idea without them. I do like these columns that have the faces of the zombie heads. You can replace those with some other gray piece and use, that way you have extra zombie heads as well. This is very detailed and also derelict, but what I also like is that there are still a lot of studs exposed. You don't need to close off all the studs. There's a second floor balcony with no door here. It's also very kind of Victorian style, I think. On the side, we have a side entrance. You can see some of the slap of the boards exposed underneath the ugly green paint, which I think is a wonderful color choice here. Then in the back, we have mostly a flat wall, but you know, again, with some of the boards exposed. But we do have some windows here as well, and in the third floor roof area. The chimney is the hinge, so you can see some hinge pieces. This was probably the most boring part of the build. There were lots of brick pieces, etc., but even if I say it was the most boring part of the build, it really wasn't so repetitious as some of the other Lego sets like the logging railway. So we do have two ghosts. These are identical. They are different from the 90s ghosts because there is this pointy top. Other than that, they're quite similar. They glow in the dark. They're, you know, these hollow shells with a black head and a white torso. So very similar. Then as we open this up, we can see the inside here. It's very nice, very detailed, but again, lots of exposed studs as well. I really like this swinging fireplace, adds some continuity, and it also links to the chimney. So here in the entrance, we have stairs, and we have the Frankenstein butler. Nice headpiece, and I like that he's in a kind of grayish black butler uniform style. And on the second floor here, we have the evil bride and a desk with a letter and a little spider. So the stairs connect, which is very nice, very proper and detailed. And then on the third floor here, we have an extendable ladder. To my recollection, this is the first time that Lego has done this kind of extendable ladder here, and I think it's done really well. Folds up nicely. You can also close this. Close it, and then there's a pin connected to the outside, which will drop the ladder. So you can store it or pull it out, and it goes nicely like that. So on the third floor here, we have some old newspapers. Night Out, Monster Rock Comes to Town. We also have a knight helmet with the green feather, and a jar, as well as a musket gun and a witch hat, a top hat. So again, signaling the monster fighters. Then over on the other side, we have the kitchen with a very large silver spider web. This is our zombie chef here. So the floor here is quite crumbled and falling apart, which at first I couldn't understand, but I think it makes sense with the derelict house. So the zombie chef looks quite nice, very colorful on his torso, less color elsewhere, which is also okay. So he's cooking up some snakes, some bottles, and we have an oven here. It's a little hard for me to open. There we go. And on the second floor here, we have a bed. And this is supposed to be a kind of moose head. It's tilted to one side. There we have a portrait of Frankenstein. And here we have a heart in a jar, which I think is a very nice piece here. And we have another portrait over here, which is a zombie. And in the dresser, it's very hard because of the brittle brown. We don't have anything, but we can store stuff in this dresser. So it's a very nicely decorated bedroom here. This is the nicest part of the house. There looks like a zombie bride and the vampire, maybe when he was younger. And then up here in the attic, it looks like we have more storage. We have a record. We have a few records. This one says Monster Rock. This one says Music Zombies. And here we have another Monster Attack. Have you seen this ghost? So quite detailed. I think overall that maybe compared to sets from now, the detail of this set isn't quite as good as some more recent sets, but it's really an excellent set from an excellent line. Monster Fighters was a great series, and I really liked the $100 castle from Monster Fighters set, but I think that this set is really the perfect ultimate set from that series. So I originally wasn't going to buy this set, but I got it at a small discount, around 10%, and I thought that's okay, but then I didn't open it, and I really think that this set is really a good set. I don't know if it's exactly a 5.0, but if it's not a 5.0, it's a 4.5. might not be the set of the year in 2012, but it is an absolutely excellent set, and it is deserving of a 5.0 probably. So let me know what you think in the comments, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.